back to the Big Gold Podcast, your weekly episodic listening experience where we cover WCW Monday Nitro in its entirety.
That's right, folks. We cover everything from Lex Luger debuting in a shopping mall to Rey Mysterio Jr. getting lawn darted into a wall.
Right you are, and we will be your guides through this wrestling odyssey. The voices of tomorrow, the Midwest mouthpieces, Mr. Peace, everyone, and I am Mike Ogden wishing all of you an enjoyable Monday morning.
All right, let's get to it and ring the bell. Chicago!
Chi-City!
What up? Pizza, hot dog,
Billy Corgan!
bean. Why is he? Oh, is he from Chicago?
Yeah, I believe so.
I didn't know he actually claimed the planet Earth. I thought he was just like
He's just beamed
shot
here.
off from like one of Jupiter's moons or something like
He's
that.
actually from the album art of that one.
I can't wait till some astronomy nerd gets on here. He's like, Jupiter doesn't have moons. I'm sure Jupiter has moons.
It's gotta have like 6 of them, right?
I'm so upset that I even contemplated that Jupiter doesn't have moons. Anyway.
Hey guys, welcome to this wrestling podcast. This is
is
Monday Nitro, the October 9th edition.
1995.
Yep.
From Chicago.
We're just going to talk over each other for the next 45 minutes.
That is great.
And you
Say
guys can
something.
fuck right
What
off. Oh, Jesus.
Before we get to it real quick, you mind if I promote some of our stuff?
Please do.
So coming up, we have, I want to say a new segment, a new little sideshow, you could call it. If this is our little carnival of wrestling, I sound so terrible right now.
Yeah.
If you call this the carnival of wrestling, I guess this would be the caramel apple stand of our show. Big
It's
caramel
honestly,
apples.
Honestly, it's not a big caramel apple. It's more like the ring toss you can't win. Nobody wins when they listen to this.
The goldfish you won that died in your stepdad's car on the ride home. Anyway, so coming up this Halloween of this year, the year of our Lord.
Ooh.
My Lord is Disco Inferno. I don't know about yours. Anyway, we are going to start a new sideshow called Nuggets. And what Nuggets is little shows where we talk about things relating to WCW and wrestling as a whole that don't maybe fit into the chronological Nitro format that we usually do. And for our first episode, since it's getting ready to be Halloween spooky time with the hot apple cider and the, haunted trails and everything, we're going to be talking about the Halloween Havoc 1991 Chambers of Horror match with the electric chair and the steel cage with El Gigante, Sting, and the Steiner brothers taking on Big Van Vader, Abdul the Butcher, Cactus Jack, and the Diamond Stud.
It's going to be pretty good.
Yeah.
That's going to be an episode worth listening to.
Oh.
If none of these haven't been, and you're somehow still here for the 6th episode, I mean, that's going to be the one.
Sitting here eating sour gummy worms, just sitting here like an idiot listening to two assholes in a sweaty condo.
Man, that would be today's less sweaty than usual, actually.
It is. It feels great in here. It's some good fall weather.
Yeah, it is 76 in here today instead of the usual 87 to 92.
But I'm excited to do the new Nuggets show. It's good. It's going to be really whenever we decide to drop one. So you'll have to tune in and see.
Yeah.
When we want to, we're going to do ones on gimmicks, them wasting Ted Attorney
Ted Attorney at law. Sorry, them wasting Ted Turner's money, ICP in the WCW television title, and much, much more. Yeah, we've got a lot of content that we want to talk about there. Just things that we can't discuss on these weekly episodes.
Yeah.
We want to make sure that we've got another time slot for that. Maybe Wednesdays, maybe Fridays. Maybe in the morning. Maybe it's gonna be at 2 o'clock in the evening.
Stuff that happened before Nitro was even a thing, when WCW was still a country. Jesus Christ. My God.
Oh, man.
So I guess what's the closest thing to WCW right now? It's a country. Greece?
There's a lot of ass fucking going on. So yeah, it's gotta be it.
Mishandling of money. So is Greece the WCW of the world?
Yes,
of Earth?
It's gotta be.
Greece is our one Greek listener is going to just be so upset.
Oh my God, if we had one Greek listener, I'd be so happy.
Yeah, our one international listener is going to be some 30-year-old like Greek neckbeard and his mom's. I don't know if they have basements in Greece. I'm sure that was overtly wrong to say. Like, they don't even have basements in Greece. You believe that?
They just sit right at sea level. You can't put a basement in that.
Just sitting there inhaling their burning garbage mountain fire fumes.
What a bunch of dummies.
Hey, that is WCW the country if there's a burning pile of garbage.
Oh, just a big dumpster fire.
And no
then
one's
you're
saying
correct.
anything about it.
Speaking of a big dumpster fire, what was the very first thing you saw when you turned on your Monday Nitro episode today?
Hulk Hogan, but hold on, because we have another dumpster fire that relates to Hulk Hogan.
Oh, do we now?
So since we did mostly me, did some really horrible impressions of Flair, Macho Man, and Hogan. Right now, I want to challenge you to see who can do, I don't want to say the worst Hulk Hogan impression, because I don't want you to try and do it. Who can do the best Hulk Hogan impression in our minds, and who is less worse at it, in your guys' opinion?
Who is less worse?
Who is less?
Here's the thing. The comments are guaranteed to be, you both fucking suck. Unsubscribe. Stick your Patreon up your ass.
So, just a quick little promo. You want to go first?
No, you go
You've
first.
been sitting here drinking rum and coffee for an hour. I feel like
that's my Hulk Hogan promo. It's Hulk Hogan After Dark.
Oh my goodness. All right, let's both take a sip of coffee. Mine is rum free.
Yes, well, absolutely for you.
Oh, because I'm like CM Punk, but I could probably fight. Think about that. Think about that. CM Punk.
Your Instagram handle has been, I could beat CM Punk in a fight for like a month
It's the longest one I doubt it'll ever change. But anyway, all right, so we can get into this. Let me start. Well, you know, Mean Gene, Hulk Hogan's gonna go in, he's gonna get himself a salad, dude. You're gonna get you some tomato and then the croutons, unless you're like the big Hulkster and you're gonna watch out for the carbs, unless you're fucking your best friend's wife in a basement, gonna say some racist stuff, brother. Then you gotta go and get your dressing. Do you want the oil and vinegar or the big stinky blue cheese?
The big stinky blue cheese is what sells that.
Blue cheese.
You didn't have me until then. Now I guarantee. Now I have a
now
loss.
I'm buying the pay-per-view.
Yeah. Now. Oh man. Well, let me tell you something, Shawn Michaels, brother. You wanted to whip me around the ring. You wanted to chop me in half, brother. You didn't know anything about a wrestling match. You wanted to throw me over the ropes. You wanted to throw yourself over the ropes. I didn't tell you. I'm going to tell you something right now. Those fans weren't into it. I wasn't into it, but Vince McMahon certainly wasn't into it, brother. And he's gonna let you know as soon as you get backstage what he thinks about you and what he thinks about me and our multi-million-dollar contracts, brother.
Okay, that was better than I thought you were gonna be. It's the rum.
Once you're a severe alcoholic, you can be Hulk Hogan.
You can be any good wrestler from the 80s or 90s.
But that's a defamation of character. There's a lawsuit.
God.
Please don't sue us, Jim Cornette. I mean, Terry
Jim Cornette, if you would ever like to come to Ohio, it's only a few hour drive for you.
We are not far from you,
and
Jim.
Be in a very sweaty. we will comp your Wendy's up to $30.
That's like,
I will get them to put the chicken tenders into your Frosty and have them mix it up for you.
Did you listen?
That's a Jim Cornette protein shake. Some chicken tenders and a fucking vanilla Frosty.
Did you listen to his newest episode on the UK Cardiff?
Yeah.
So actually, in part of that, at the very beginning, he was mentioning he got 2 Wendy's gift cards for $15 a piece from a fan. And he was
that is just leading to his. Sorry to talk over. That is just bad.
Oh yeah. No, but he mentioned, he's like, that's 2 meals for me. I was like, Jesus
God. Well, you know what? When I used to eat meat, a hamburger at Wendy's is about $7 fucking.
No, absolutely.
You need to cash in your damn 401k just to feed a family there sometimes.
All my camel cash went to Wendy's.
I've got these Marlboro. What was it, Marlboro dollar?
Little coupon tickets that you would get in your carton.
Real quick, then I promise we'll start the episode. My dad has so much Marlboro gear from all the cigarettes he was smoking since forever.
Dude,
He has the duffel bag, the sick ass like leather NASCAR looking jacket, the hat. He has so much shit.
Dude,
his lungs made the sacrifice.
Oh yeah, you have to. Here's the thing: your dad didn't do it for Camel Joe, though. My dad did it for Camel Joe.
Oh yeah,
I've got all the Camel Joe memorabilia I could ever want. And honestly, it's still not enough. Camel Joe is the real fucking deal.
All that memorabilia, everything. I would break into your parents' place and steal all of it just for one Pepsi Blue. Anyway,
my God, we are 9 minutes into this.
You want to get into it's just you sitting here rambling.
Here's the thing
about salads and you drinking rum.
Our 9 minutes of rambling is still more than all of the wrestling combined in this whole episode. So strap yourselves in for some shitty ass promos and everything else that comes with it.
This already went longer than a Road Warrior match and a Sting match combined.
Fucking combined. So I'm going to get us started. The very first image that we see is Hulk Hogan. They're showing the promo of last week where he gets his mustache shaved off.
He gets a Hitler mustache.
And
and I understand why you wouldn't bring it up, but this is also Bobby Heenan in 90s WCW, so I'm surprised he didn't try to make a joke.
Yeah, or at least Mongo making some kind of ridiculous comment.
Oh my God.
So
Mongo is in rare form. And Bobby Heenan, I'm not going to try and get to the end of the episode or spoil it for you, cuts next to Hulk Hogan the promo of the night at the end.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Real quick, I didn't get to do it last episode and I want to make up for it. And then I promise we'll get back to the episode. Talking about Mongo playing for the 1985 Chicago Bears and winning the Super Bowl. They're in Chicago and they're talking about that. It's about to be the 10th anniversary of that Super Bowl win. There is an awesome book, and I know it's coming to a shock to everybody that knows me that I actually read things, but it's a book about football. So then everyone's like, okay, I can see that. It is called Monsters. It is by Rich Cohen, and I hope I'm saying his name right. It could be Rick. It's Rich Cohen, and it is a book about the 1985 Super Bowl and him going and talking about the futures of the people that played for the 1985 and the coaching staff for the 1985 Chicago Bears. It is a great book if you're into football like me, or even if you're just into, you know, the stories of larger than life athletes. Go and pick that book up. It is Monsters by Rich Cohen.
Shameless plug there. I enjoy it.
I will be expecting my $15 Taco Bell gift card in the mail, Rich.
And I'll be expecting the book report from all of you fans.
Yeah, book report. Yeah, if you want this Nuggets episode,
you got to get in a book report. Eventually, we're going to charge for these Nuggets episodes, and you don't fucking know it. And the currency is going to be book reports.
You
better get to read.
Our friend group will never listen to our podcast ever again. Oh my!
The only fans we have are going to duck out now.
Does Canada count? I'm so stupid. Does Canada count as international?
Yes.
Okay, shut up. We do have a Canadian listener.
Why?
Huh?
Why?
Bob Shaw. He is the former lead singer of a band called Cuff. He's a huge wrestling fan in Canada, and he is a listener to our show. And don't talk shit, because it's our it's our only international listener. Bob, if you're listening to this, we love that you love our show.
I actually wasn't going to talk shit. I was going to say thank you for listening to us, but it is weird we have an international listener.
We do. I just don't see Canada as like something different than them. You know what I mean?
It's it is definitely different. You've got French Canadians, so those are different.
Okay, yeah, those are barely people, let alone.
Those are very, very strange.
Anyway, we love all of our listeners, foreign, domestic, other planets.
Absolutely. All just aside. What we don't love, though, is personally, I don't love the worst dressed commentary in all of these Chicago Bears jerseys.
Fuck you.
Fuck them.
Bobby Heenan's question mark jersey.
That was pretty funny.
Okay, so all of the down payment for me and my fiance's condo or house, forget the Hulk Hogan Pastamania. Whatever you want, I will give you. If someone can get me even a replica of that Bobby Heenan question mark Chicago Bears jersey.
It's pretty funny.
That is like what? Worth $9 million Fitzpatrick Dolphins.
Are we doing another fucking
Dolphins jerseys? Yeah, just keep talking about football.
Yeah, just more. Well, not only more football, we're trying to do math based on things that relating to other things.
So I was real quick. I walked into this hot, sweaty ass condo today. I said, "Mike, who do the Dolphins play?" And what did you say?
God,
fuck if I care.
Fuck if I care.
So mad.
I can't stand it. It's a fucking burner team at this point.
Oh my god. So Heenan says there is a restraining order, and I want one for Steve Mongo McMichael and professional wrestling as a whole. But the whole restraining order, they go on, and it's like, so WCW has it, and then it's like, but then the Giant has it. This whole restraining order thing is ridiculous. It is so dumb because they keep jumping back and forth between. I never understand who actually has. Do they know how a court system fucking works?
No. They don't. That's why they lost. They sold their company for $3 million. They don't understand anything.
I thought it was $10 million.
Whatever.
It was pocket
more
change.
Math. It was more math change, okay? Ridiculous.
Sting makes the face move of the night and interrupts the commentary.
Thank God he pulled it off just like Flair did the week before with his big woo call that he does. He just shows up.
Screaming at Bobby Heenan.
Fucking hype.
Like a stepfather scolding his child for drinking all of the Pepsi.
So Sting comes out, he says that he's going to solve the Lex and Macho Man stuff, basically.
Thank
all
God.
of the rift, it's going to finally come to an end because of Sting.
Boy, I hope it doesn't lead to another match between Macho Man and Lex Luger. That would be terrible. What is funny, real quick. So, again, something else. One of the other Nugget shows we're going to do is going to be the heel turn of Hulk Hogan in its entirety and how it affected WCW and the wrestling landscape. Right here, you have Sting, you have Macho Man Randy Savage, and you have Lex Luger. The three men that will team up to take on the NWO at Bash at the Beach.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah, spoiler alert. If you guys didn't know, Hulk Hogan turns heel and starts this group with Kevin Nash and Scott Hall called the New World Order of Wrestling, and then they just call it the New World Order. Okay, and then you have the black and white, and they start attacking people, and there's a bunch of stuff that goes on, and then they have the NWO The NWO, Red and Black, the Wolf Pack. So then that starts going, and then they have it in Japan, and then they have it in. Okay, I'm gonna stop there.
If you guys didn't see the movie The Titanic, well, the ship sinks and everybody dies except for the woman who then becomes an old woman, and then she tells the story of the Titanic, where the Titanic sinks and everybody dies except for the woman who becomes an old woman, and then she tells the story of. Okay,
that's literally Hulk Hogan though.
Yeah, no, it's
Hulk Hogan is the one is Rose at the end of Titanic on the raft, telling the story about how the ship went down.
Oh my god! All right, look, I'm gonna bring us into fucking wrestling world. Okay?
Back to our wrestling.
The ring announcer is audible.
Oh my god! Yeah, I noticed that too.
I can hear him.
He's not me in your bathroom screaming at the top of my lungs.
Nope.
But it's only because it's for Sting.
It's because it's for no. I don't think so. I think it's for the Shark.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You know what makes me mad?
What?
The Shark, Avalanche, John Tenta is actually a superb. I want to say a superb athlete. He is a former sumo rikishi.
Really?
He got very high up as he was a very well-known, very, very good Caucasian sumo rikishi in Japan. And then he decided to drop out of the sport because he said that everything that he had ever done, sumo took the most toll on his body. And he also had a problem because he had the tattoo on his arm. And they, at the time, took that. And they might still do that. I don't know,
sure,
what the view is now. Took that tattoos as a very negative thing going to the, I won't say the name, but the Japanese mafia. Yeah. So, and funny thing, he also got, it was a tiger for, I think, the LSU Tigers. I could be totally wrong. I don't know much about college football as much as I know about regular football.
Yeah,
as much as I know about Canadian football, let me tell you.
The real football?
He actually got his tiger tattoo changed to a shark for this gimmick. Yeah, Mike just about shot rum-infused coffee a good distance. He probably hit about 6 or 7 yards through his nose. That would have been a world record.
I'm feeling the burn right now. Feel the bite.
But it's just, he just gets regulated to these stupid, terrible gimmicks.
Yeah, no, it's a shame.
Stupid.
I'm not going to start banging on my table. I almost lost it for a second.
Yeah, this is a glass table. Please don't be drinking rum and punch through. I'm just going to record the entire audio of you in the hospital, and that's going to be our episode.
Oh, that'd be great.
That'll be a nugget.
Here's the thing. We're already 17 minutes in, and we've not even covered the first match, which was 2 minutes, by the way.
Yeah, this whole...
2 minutes.
This is longer than the main event.
Yes. Oh, we're way past the main
event.
Way
past longer than the main event.
Yeah, no. This episode's fucked.
Shark versus Sting, the U.S. title, which Sting is holding, is on the line.
Yep. Sting is just oozing charisma, which is not it's not abnormal, but like Jesus, he just gets it, man. You talk about somebody who just fucking gets it.
I know I said that I wanted more for John Tenta, but this match makes sense in the brevity of it.
Yes.
Because it's just a big monster from the Dungeon of Doom. You have the whole crossover of the Dungeon of Doom versus Sting and everyone in their group and the very loose-knit collection. I wouldn't say collection because they're all having infighting, but it is a group of people that is having problems with the Dungeon of Doom. Lex Luger, Savage, now Lex Luger, Savage, Sting, and of course Hollywood Hulk Hogan and his Hitler mustache.
Well, not Hollywood. It's just Hulk.
I'm sorry, yeah. See, if you guys don't know, in 1996 at Bash in the Beach, Hulk Hogan turns heel, and when it starts a group with, sorry.
See, if you didn't know, the Titanic sinks in this movie from James Cameron in 1998.
So,
Jesus fuck, this episode's great.
They keep going on. Sting keeps going for the big double stinger splash and gets the pin, but not before he sends the Shark into the corner. John Tenta, I don't know if it was worked or not, but if it was worked, it was very good. Cracks his fucking head on the ring post. And it makes sense, Sting. If you did that, you would probably be, concussed beyond speaking.
Yeah.
But Sting hits the big double stinger splash and then does the top rope splash, gets the 1, 2, 3. I think matches like this put over Sting really well.
No, they do. Here's the thing. Sting was getting rocked for the first 30 seconds, or maybe even upwards of a minute. And out of a 2-minute match, half the match he was losing. And then he comes back.
Shark was trying to dominate him.
He was dominating him. And here's the thing. You need Shark to come out and just romp him really quickly and get it over with, because Sting, look at the physiques. Sting is going to win in the long game. He has the cardio over him. That's just the way that it is. It's not like a knock on him because he's a big guy. Sting's going to have the cardio. Yeah. So as a big man, he knows I got to shut him down immediately.
Wow, it's weird they could do a very short wrestling match that made some getting real up on the microphone. A very short wrestling match that didn't take 45 minutes to get something over. That was under a few minutes and still put over somebody.
Not only did it put over somebody, It makes perfect sense.
He cracked his fucking head.
He cracks his fucking head. There's a beautiful splash. The 1, 2, 3. There's a second where you think Sting could possibly lose from a gigantic power slam.
Yeah.
Like, it looks good. It's a good looking match. It's just short. That's my only gripe with it.
And
the only reason it's a gripe is because this whole episode is nothing but fucking talking.
No, there is some matches that they don't last long. They're talking about Hogan. This whole episode is talking about Hogan.
I actually marked on my notes here. You can see I marked with an H every time that we talk to Hulk Hogan.
My God.
And there's 3 on the first page here.
There's so much.
Then there's just big fucking font yelling at Hulk Hogan because I'd had it at this point.
There's so many H's. That's more H than the opioid crisis in the Midwest right now. Oh, I had a note here. The referee's flick of the wrist. So we're starting to get our friend Nick Rose is going to start doing little graphics and stuff like that for us, little things for us and everything like that. And I really want him to do the slow-mo of the referee flicking the wrist to that song, Look at the Flick of the Wrist, which is only funny right now in this instance. And in 6 months when it comes out, it's just going to be stupid.
No, nobody's even going to be like, what the fuck are they talking about? Well, actually, don't you remember in episode 6 they mentioned?
I can't handle the neckbeard.
I really hope we get a lot of neckbeard fans. I'm going to love you guys a lot.
I will fight so many neckbeards. It's not even funny.
Man, the meet and greets are going to be really conflicting.
I'm just going to bring a locker with us. If you would like to be shoved into a locker and verbally berated by Peace Everyone, get in your mom's purse right now, grab her Visa or debit card or cold hard cash, bring $25 down to Miamisburg, Ohio, and I'll set it up with you, Daddy.
every single picture, every photo booth is you shoving them in a locker.
Oh, wholeheartedly, too. I'm not going to half-ass it. I've got a big ass, and it's going to go full. Oh, so then they show the same exact video package again.
Yes, the same one. So I'm not even going to talk about it. They show the same fucking package.
Let's get to something good.
Sabu
is thriving in WCW.
Yeah, doing fucking great.
I really wish, and I know he had some great matches in ECW and everything, so I'm glad he had those in there. He's a legend in any discussion and stuff like that. He's a madman. I think if he would have stayed in WCW, I don't know how it would have went in the later years. And obviously when the NWO takes over, no one cares about anything else. His madman character is great.
Oh, and they're putting it over like a motherfucker.
Just like his uncle, the Sheik before him, he is great at being a madman. Whether he really wins or loses, I don't think he's lost yet. He
technically lost by disqualification in that one match where they retconned it.
He's still putting over this wild, crazy man gimmick, and it is awesome. It is very good and very different from the rest of the stuff we see in WCW, especially a lot of the stuff that's on, WWF, WWE, Raw, and Nitro at the time. It's still a great callback to, like I said, the Sheik and Abdullah the Butcher and all of those crazy madmen before him. I really wish I would like to see an alternate Marvel universe to where WCW 2, where
you mean AEW?
No, where he stayed with the company for a while and what he could have done with this madman gimmick. I think he could have became a very big attraction for them.
I think so too. I mean, he definitely would have been a strong mid-carder.
I don't see him as world champion, but I see him as being the person you could put in those main events ones and being like, man, he's just crazy enough to squeak one out.
You could absolutely have him go against Sting with this madman gimmick and go over and become the U.S. champ. It would have made a lot of sense. Sting is not a madman. He's an American wrestler.
He's a madman in a different way.
Exactly.
He is so
what is that? I love it.
On America and just loving the fans.
Yeah, that's great. Speaking of great, this match is great. He's facing Mr. JL.
Who is Jerry Lynn in a mask and bodysuit dressed up like Bible Man.
Yes.
He is.
What's funny is
he's ready to come down and lay the Corinthians down on Sabu.
I actually didn't know who Mr. JL was. So I actually wrote down because I didn't catch the name because for some reason the ring announcer, his volume was down for this match, but it was up for the Sting match.
Because fucking Sting wasn't in there. I told you. Yeah. See?
So because I didn't catch his name, I just knew that we were going to get Sabu because I see him. And then I see this mask guy. I wrote down, it's Sabu versus some masked fuck.
That's actually Jerry Lynn, one of the most proficient and amazingly technical wrestlers of our time.
It was a fantastic match.
Oh,
so I wanted to scratch it out, but I just didn't want to forget that I wrote down at one point because of the shitty announcing, the shitty announcing volume, I guess I should say. I didn't even know who the fuck he was wrestling. It was just some guy. It's like, come on, guys, get that together.
Heenan said that Sabu
15 years too late. Get it together.
Sabu
posthumously get it together.
Sabu will rip off Mr. JL's mask, beat him with it, and then eat it. And Eric says, hopefully that's all that comes off. But no, they really are, just like they're great at putting over Sting, they're awesome at putting over Sabu. Again, being that wild man brawler.
Yeah, absolutely.
That loose cannon before Brian.
but yeah, it's that loose cannon kind of gimmick. And honestly, Sabu does the loose cannon thing in the ring
dude,
better.
He is.
Now, promo-wise, not the same.
No, he is a firecracker. He hits hard, hits fast. He is getting it in. He does this springboard leg lariat. He is getting all of his great Sabu spots in.
He also took a great turnbuckle DDT.
Yeah. Oh, and that Mr. JL is no slouch either. That
no.
Picture perfect. You could set your watch to it. That suicide dive. Amazing.
Yeah, beautiful.
It was like, it was so easy for him. It was like it was a sneeze.
Yeah.
He could have just done it involuntarily.
Yeah, it was really good. Now, my question is, so Sabu goes over on this match and it was by submission. Did Mr. JL tap? I did not see any tapping at all.
No, he tapped.
I don't think he did.
He tapped.
I think he just locked it in, and as soon as it was locked in, the ref called it. I really think you should go back and double check.
But I don't think it was a very prominent. I think they were probably trying to keep Mr. JL strong. They don't want to have him being like, oh, damn it. Oh, Lord, you know what I mean? They want
it's
just
Mr.
like
JL, but
it's a very conservative tap out.
Sure, I don't disagree, but I definitely did not see it. Maybe it was on the right-hand side where we were seeing his left. I'm not sure, but I didn't even see a tap. So to me, I was like, well, why the fuck did the ref call that? I thought it was more of the standard WCW shitty officiating.
Well, going back, Sabu jumps off his chair into Mr. JL, who is against the guardrail, and Heenan's going off, and he's like, don't they care about their body? Which, speaking of AEW, harking back to the Joey Janela, Jimmy Havoc, Darby Allin sounds a lot like Jim Ross commentating during that match. So it's funny how things change. It's funny how things stay the same. Though this match was awesome. We're not comparing it to that just big old bunch of wet cardboard crap. This was an awesome athletic match.
Absolutely was.
Great. I don't know if Mr. JL is as perfect of a foil for Sabu as Alex Wright is, but still, they put on, with the time they were given, they put on something exciting. It got everyone amped, perfect for the Chicago crowd, got everyone to see some wrestling.
It was also the second longest match of the night.
Yeah. Oh, and Mongo, when he has the camel clutch in for this, he's like, that is a submission hold. Like, very good, Mongo. You have been doing your homework.
But you know what? This was a pretty big match. But you know what was really big, though?
What?
Hulk Hogan is here.
Oh, yeah.
Hulk Hogan is here.
Hulk Hogan is here.
He's here.
Oh, also, real quick, I'm sorry, going back. There's other stuff we missed. Mr. JL taking that Hurricane Rana.
Dude, that was, I wrote that down. I forgot to write that. Yeah.
After the match, Sabu does a sunset flip over the ropes onto the floor above. This was awesome.
I like that they kept fighting after the match was over because
that's Sabu's thing.
That's Sabu's thing. But the camera, cuts away from it. They're not even showing the fighting anymore. But the commentary team is turned around watching it. They're like, "This is still happening. Like we've got to go to break and we've got stuff coming up, but this is still
Hulk Hogan's here. You guys need to stop. We'll put him over your match."
Yeah.
So now they're saying the Giant has the restraining order, and I just don't.
I literally did not listen to an ounce of this.
Heenan was going on about Sting solving everyone's problems, and he's like, "Oh, what does he think? He's Dr. Ruth?" And I was like, "Oh no, I don't really want to watch hear Sting talk about eating pussy, right?" I'm sorry not to be vulgar, but my God,
what have we been doing this whole time if we're not to be vulgar?
Speaking of vulgarity, speaking of someone who's not a pussy, Mean Gene Okerlund is in the fucking ring.
With Sting and Lex.
Yep.
And eventually, the Macho Man.
Macho Man comes out in all of his glory.
Real quick, my best dressed, because I already gave you my worst dressed with the Chicago,
I knew you were going to say this shit.
What is it?
Macho Man wearing my grandma's furniture covers.
Nope.
Those are the same covers my grandma had on her fucking couch and her love seat in the early 2000s. You've been to her house and you know
you're
it.
100%
Don't bullshit me.
No, you're 100% right, but that's not what I wrote down. It's Lex Luger and his mullet and suit combo.
He looked like the same way he did when he was with the York Foundation.
Yeah,
in WCW, yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, I remember that, but I can't do long division, so take that, public education.
Thank God we sent you through that mess.
So Sting is going off, talking about how the Giant is choke slamming everybody, and gets to it, saying at Halloween Havoc, it's going to be Macho Man versus Kamala, and Luger versus Sting, And then if they both win, they're going to have a rematch. But then later in the night, they say if Luger loses, he's got to. Basically, Macho Man and Lex Luger are going to have another boring ass match at Halloween Havoc.
Because we know these big guys aren't going to take the pinfall. That's not going to happen.
No. So Luger's taking on Ming, and Macho Man's taking on Kamala.
Right. So they've got the Ming and the Kamala matches, and if they win those matches, then they face each other as like a retribution match for the title, I guess.
It's a rematch not
for
the title shot.
Excuse me. Oh yeah, for the title shot.
And what does Macho Man say to that?
I like it. So something I really liked here, and this goes back to us talking about how Lex. No. Sorry, not Lex. I'm completely stupid. I misread my notes here.
I'll agree to that.
Yeah, I'm completely stupid. No, but something I did like here is Sting says the Giant is winning the game. Like there's this game and he's winning he comes after you. He comes after you. He comes after me. We're all pitted against each other, but he's the one winning. There's something about Sting and his body language and the way he's saying this. He's nefarious as fuck in this promo. Like there's some kind of underlying, like he's going to turn on this. He's going to be the heel that everybody keeps claiming he is.
But he never does.
But really?
He never does.
Fuck.
You don't know this?
No, I don't know.
I don't think Sting played a heel until he was in TNA.
There's something about this whole promo. Like he's giving these illusions like, hey, yeah, he's playing you.
I didn't see
he's
that.
Playing you. But and like he's playing me too, guys. So we gotta focus up on that. Like he's ready to turn back around and just put both these guys under.
Until he becomes the Crow Sting, to me, he is the last Boy Scout. He is heart of gold. Couldn't tell a lie if you asked him.
See, and maybe this is just again, I didn't watch WCW during this period, so like I wanted Lex Luger to win in week 2. I want Sting to turn heel. I want all these things that don't fucking happen.
I did like Lex Luger hemming and hawing about it. And Sting saying, "You make me sick. Are you the total package?" That is great. Sting and these guys all, even if the matches between Luger and Macho Man aren't great, the build-up is great. These guys have really, really good chemistry. Luger, Sting, and Macho Man, they are giving us some really good, I know I keep saying I get tired of these segments, but they're usually better than what I think they're going to be going into them.
The problem is there are too many segments, so you're tired of seeing segments. Yeah. But then when the big boys come out and play, they do good segments. Mm-hmm. Also, Sting is tired of being a babysitter. And this is the first week we had no playing with kids.
Nope. First I want to thank everybody. It's been a really good time doing this podcast with my best friend.
6 episodes in, we're finally taken care of.
Throw your trash on the way out from the theater and have a great night. Drive safe.
The awareness has been raised and we have completed our mission.
Godspeed.
Thank you. Yes.
So, but someone else who's ready to play with the big boys?
Benoit.
Chris Benoit and his sick ass mullet pulling up in a big limo.
Dude, I saw that and I popped immediately.
He's a very young, very mulleted Chris Benoit.
Yeah.
Someone else who's ready to play the big boys? Disco Inferno, baby.
With his 90s boombox.
That is the same boombox I used to play scratched up Venom and Iron Maiden CDs in your cul-de-sac when we would skateboard when we were like 11 years old.
Dude, it was the best. I like that he puts the kid's hat on Hawk's armor as Hawk is walking to the ring and shit. Oh, it's fucking great.
Oh, dude, Disco, like this.
Disco's just being such a douche.
This is one of my least favorite things of the night because I was looking forward to a Big Bubba Rogers and Road Warrior Hawk match. So hold on real quick. I'm pulling something up for you real quick. I want to show you something.
Okay.
So, but anyway, Big Bubba comes out, like you said, Hawk comes out, and Disco still has the boombox, and he's disco dancing. So, like, if Road Warrior Hawk is your dad, looking at me like, why are you playing Venom? Like, what? Because he loves Iron Maiden. Why are you playing this outside of my goddamn house at full blast dancing when my son tries to kickflip? Looking like assholes. I want to show you. Someone so I'd say he's my cousin, but I don't, if he got hit by a bus, I'd feel bad for the damage he did to a bus. Fair. Tell me he doesn't look like Big Bubba. It is almost spot on. It is ridiculous.
That's top tier.
And I know this is great because no one can see this picture at all.
No.
So this has just been a whole wasted 3 minutes of podcast for you guys. But for us, it's great.
At this point, I feel like it's a waste of the whole 35 minutes.
Oh, Jesus God. So, yep. So talk about a waste, this match.
It was a waste, but we did get to see Big Bubba Rogers pulling out that OG Baron Corbin maneuver with the sliding outside the ring and coming back in.
Push Big Bubba. He is on fire. He's a great big man.
Dude, I've always loved and respected his work.
Yeah.
I can't believe he's never gotten a bigger push.
Disco comes out, gets back on the ring, and is just annoying everybody. So Hawk attacks him, rips off his shirt and chases him, and gets counted out.
Yep, gets counted out.
They could have
Within like what, 45 seconds?
They could have done this into a backstage segment. There's so much they could have gave this, more time to the main event, more time to everything else.
Well, there was not a lick of story involved here other than, I think the only story we progressed is Disco Inferno is an annoying little douche.
Which they can do, but you don't have to do that, right now. You don't have to get a whole shebang. You could have done it in a backstage segment.
Well, and you don't have to sacrifice a Hawk versus, Bubba Rogers match, which is going to be good.
It's not going to be a technical masterpiece. It's going to be entertaining, though. Yeah, it's going to be entertaining.
It's going to be hard-hitting. It's going to be, it's going to be good.
The moment you've been waiting for.
More Mean Gene and Hulk.
More Mean Gene and Hulk Hogan clogging the arteries.
I wrote down in gigantic letters, "Kill me," and underlined it 3 times. Although Hulk Hogan comes out without his mustache and he's decked out in all black.
It's going to be reprimanded because you know why? I think, in my opinion, this is the best Hulk Hogan promo of all time.
I completely agree. Yep. So I wound up crossing out the "kill me" here because I was like, this is actually really
probably
fucking
next
good.
To the one he cut in Japan, where he called the World Wrestling Federation World Heavyweight title a piece of tin and put over. Yeah, I would say this is probably my favorite and probably his best promo of all time.
Well, I mean, it kind of harkens back to that because he even says at one point during this promo, a promoter's ego got too big for his business.
And it's funny Hulk Hogan saying that.
It is hilarious that Hulk Hogan is saying that, but obvious jab to Vince and everybody back at WWF at the time.
And he says that he is dying and choking on his own ego. This is great stuff. This is the tweak in character. They're almost there. They're almost where they need to be with tweaking Hulk Hogan's character.
It's a shame that he still has to call him a big stinky giant.
Yeah, but he comes out in all black, and I think this is the first time since 1987 that he's not in because in 1987 at Madison Square Garden, he took on Harley Race, and he wore all white. I think, and I'm probably wrong, this is the first time he is not in the red and yellow since 1987. And I could be wrong.
I mean, I'm sure there's occasional events, but
around that time period.
Sure.
Or when he's in No Holds Barred, when he's Rip, and he's wearing like the baby blue.
Right.
The powder blue. Someone that works at Lowe's in the paint department's going to get on my ass. I'm going to get mailed a fucking, oh man. Instead of Wendy's cards, can you guys mail us blue paint strips from Lowe's and Home Depot? I'm more a fan of Home Depot, but.
Yeah, I prefer Home Depot
over
Lowe's.
Yeah. So this summer, if it's coming in fall, he's got some stuff. No, it's going to cut a whole commercial for Home Depot.
I like how shaving, he mentions that shaving Hulk Hogan's mustache is kind of like burning the flag or graffitiing on the Washington Monument.
Yeah.
Or shitting on the White House lawn or eating a bald eagle or like, Hulk, calm the fuck down.
When he comes out, he tells Okerlund and Jimmy Hart to shut up.
Which is great.
This is awesome. This is awesome. Yeah. I don't like Hulk Hogan.
I'm sure this is how he's treated every single person his daughter's ever dated.
Probably.
Shut up.
Probably worse.
Oh, way worse.
But going back, Hogan is saying that he brought the Hulkamaniacs to WCW to grow like redwoods, and says now Kevin Sullivan and the Giant want to burn and chop that forest down. This is great stuff.
Yep, I like it.
It's not the typical.
I like it. And then Giant shows up in a monster truck and it becomes fucking stupid.
We're almost there. Almost some semblance. And then you got 3 jack-offs in a fucking monster truck.
I'm about to come. Oh, my balls.
No.
Jesus, why'd you punch? Why? Why do you do this, WCW?
It is the thumb hole over the orgasming penis of America.
It's ass. It's just ass. Fucking hate it.
Hulk Hogan leaves to go and give the Giant and Sullivan and Zodiac a little bit of the business.
A little bit of the bubbly.
And Mongo, I swear to God, Mongo has his dog in a Bears sweater and helmet, and I want to tase him until he glows in the dark.
I did something more positive. I did love that we had lots of fireworks to sell the steel cage.
Oh yeah,
that was cool. Not that the audience isn't staring at it the whole fucking evening. It's not like it's already up there. But.
And then the police come out to finally arrest Mongo for his crimes against the eyes and ears of humanity as a whole. Before the steel cage match, if I have to see this then the Machine becomes the Man. Halloween Havoc promo one more God bless time.
We didn't mention it, but it was played 4 or 5 times during this 45-minute episode.
nonstop.
Which is more Hulk Hogan you have to look at, by the way.
I like that when the network's not buffering, that it does keep stuff in like that to keep the time capsule appeal and to keep you in the show. But my God, it gets annoying after a while.
They're not going to edit that out. Think of the fucking work that would be.
I can't even get it to not buffer for 3 seconds.
Then again, I mean, they are going to edit out a bunch of other things, like when that women's match from like 2005 where she grabs her crotch and like makes the fucking
and licks her hands.
Shit like that.
My signature maneuver. She stole that from me.
Yeah, it's totally.
Yeah, it was Mickey James.
Yeah, Mickey
you
James.
stealing bitch. Just kidding. I love Mickey James.
I love Mickey James. She's so fucking talented.
Talking shit. Flair comes out and he is not fucking around. He's not posing. No. He is ready to eat Arn Anderson's ass. Which is what he should have said back a few episodes ago instead of, he is ready to eat Arn Anderson's ass.
Listen here, Double A. I'm here to eat your ass.
Here to eat the booty. Woo! Oh my God. So Bischoff,
this cage looks like it's going to fall over.
It is bent through the motions. That cage is looking rough.
It looks like Arn Anderson spine-bustered it before they fucking hung it up.
But I do like the whole thing of like, this is,
they don't
a drag out fight, but they still have, it's, with the dirty cage, it does give it some appeal. This thing is on its last leg, let alone legs.
Yeah.
It's on its last toe. So Bischoff alludes to something that I found quite funny, giving the future of WCW, and one of the reasons, not the main reason, but one of the big reasons that many people say why WCW failed. And that is, Bischoff said, you usually have to buy a pay-per-view to see a match like this.
Yeah.
And that just goes into WCW like the Hulk Hogan and Goldberg fighting in the Georgia Dome. They just give away a lot of these matches that you could probably use to sell a pay-per-view that would probably be better on pay-per-view too.
Well, not only would they be better on pay-per-view because you can have a much longer time frame, you can build a bigger story to it, you can make sure that everything is prepped leading up to it. The audience is going to be engaged to what they are supposed to.
And they already are.
Yeah, I mean, they're already engaged, but like the longer you can tell the story, obviously without it getting stale, there is a point where it becomes too long. Yeah. The longer you can tell the story, the longer you can build it up, and the more you can make the audience resent the heel and love the babyface, if we're going to play that route.
And they're into it.
And they are. That's the better it's going to be. But when you just drop this, which this is, I mean, honestly, I didn't hate that this was on TV because of the finish. The way they did the finish is why you're allowed to see this on TV.
But you didn't need the cage. You could have saved the cage and
the cage is the gimmick though that made people want to tune in not only this week but also to how the match ends.
But for me, I'm sorry, I'm not Cornette levels of old school, but I do believe the cage match should be. There's that goddamn dog again.
It's that fucking dog. I swear to God.
Well, hold on. Mike has some D&D dice over here. So let me roll. If it's above what you want to say, 15. I'm gonna go outside and yell at your neighbor.
Do it.
All right, let's roll it. Oh, 9. Sorry, guys. Maybe again some other time. Anyway,
motherfuckers.
I think the cage match should be the big blow off. It's okay to use it as a gimmick, especially if you're using the ratchet ass cage they're doing here. I mean, if you wanted to get out of it, all you had to do is just give a good strong palm side. And these men are brave as hell getting up on this rickety ass piece of shit. Dude. Aluminum super glued together and some bubble gum.
Whatever happened to the big blue ladder?
Whatever happened to the big blue cage? The strong silent type.
Yeah, the cage.
That's a Sopranos reference for everybody.
See, I never saw The Sopranos.
Oh man. Now we're gonna have to start a new podcast.
No, just all right, guys. See ya.
At one point, Flair chops Arn Anderson. Arn flies off and crotches himself on the top rope.
Yeah.
That was great. And then Brian, like a locomotive, like a steam engine, comes right up on that cage. Flair slaps him off, and he just bodies himself coming down. That
Dude, it was such a hard fall. Such a hard fall.
And then Flair on fire with the big old axe handle smash off the top rope.
This match looks fucking great.
The energy is there.
Absolutely.
I don't have many problems. You got Arn doing the best spine buster in the business, right on Flair. The action here is great.
I love the finish is excellent too, because Flair gets the figure 4.
Yeah.
He's about to lock it in.
I dig it.
And then it happens.
Yeah.
The big brass knuckles come out, blasts him right in the mouth.
Arn gives him the big old left hand.
Ooh, buddy, with them knucks and everything. Sends Flair straight on his ass. The ref either doesn't see it. I don't remember if he didn't see it or if it just doesn't matter.
Turns Flair's teeth into marshmallows that have been soaking in hot chocolate.
Absolutely. His whole mouth was just a big s'mores mess.
Now I want to make out with Ric Flair.
Well, you did before with that beautiful haircut. That 1995 haircut.
Oh yeah, would have just made out with them hard and just had my clippers in the other hand, just fixing it all up, my thinning shears.
So Flair loses the match, due to this brass knuckle and due to the Pillman interference and everything that was going on there. After he loses the match, he comes up to the commentary booth where they're trying to wrap everything up. He snatches the headset off.
He obliterates that fucking headset.
He obliterates the headset. He snatches it off of Bischoff. Headset starts falling apart fucking everywhere. It looks like my headphones that just snapped on me the other day. And he's yelling he's like, He's yelling something. I want both of them next week. I don't give a shit if it's a 2-on-1 handicap match. He's like, but I'm going to try to find somebody between them. So
said
it's
he
a tag
will
team.
Look the world over for a tag team partner.
But if he can't get it, he'll fight him 2-on-1. He doesn't care. He just wants revenge. He wants blood.
Oh, yeah.
And this feud lives on, and not only does the feud live on, it burns hotter now than it did at the beginning of the episode, than it did last week, than it did even at the fucking pay-per-view.
Yep.
They're killing it. Ric Flair is one of the greatest of all time for a fucking
and Arn
reason.
Anderson, too.
Absolutely.
This is great.
Top
They
tier.
are putting a log on the fire with this one.
Yeah, I can't.
This can of beans on the fire is a bubbling over. It's so hot.
And yet you can't even
Another campfire reference.
Yet surprisingly, we haven't had a Seinfeld reference today.
Oh man, can I even think of one off the cuff?
I was trying to think of one about 2 minutes ago, and I'm running low on here.
No, I don't think we had one last episode either.
We may not have.
Man, I don't want to force it. It's got to be organic.
It does.
Yeah.
Just like my produce.
Just like the great deals you can get at Home Depot this coming fall for all your home improvement. And then shut up. Bobby Heenan with the promo of the night. Dead in the camera, flustered, it even seems like. He is selling this. He said, I and everyone else have had Hulk Hogan shoved down my throat for years. He talks about everyone from people in the backstage to the wrestlers. And this comes off as real because if I was Eddie Guerrero and Dean Malenko, I'd be pissed off too.
Absolutely.
The people at home couldn't get into me debuting on Nitro because they want to show something with Hulk Hogan. He says you can only eat that garbage for so long before you choke on it and it comes up to your mouth and you've got to spit it out. This is probably the best promo that we have seen since Nitro started.
Absolutely.
And it wasn't him screaming. It was just him with that energy. And it honestly, you really feel like this is how Bobby Heenan really feels. Like his emotions are just coming out.
It was very focused, very pronounced.
Very focused. But he still just had like that energy. You could see it was pumping through him and he was just kind of getting, but it wasn't like, he was stepping over his words, getting tumbled up or anything like that.
No, nothing
It was
like
just,
that.
he had so much to say and just wanted to get it out in the best way he could. And just, it was very impassionate. Very good.
Yeah, very good. And it was a proper way to close
Rest
the
in
evening.
peace to
Yes,
Bobby Heenan.
absolutely.
Promo of the night. That was amazing.
Yeah.
You could only have Steve Mongo McMichael shoved down your throat for so long, dressing up his goddamn dog every week.
It's ridiculous. It's asinine. I can't fucking stand it.
Oh man. So you watching next week?
Yes.
Yeah,
Because
not even
Chris Benoit's coming next week.
Yeah, I want to see where I want to see Flair break more shit.
Yeah. No, I'm watching next week. This episode wasn't good in my opinion. There was a lot of faults and flaws with it. There was a lot of good points too, but there was more faults and flaws in the fact that we had too many short matches, too many promos, too much Hulk Hogan, too much nonsense. But the shit that was good was so A+.
60-40.
60-40?
I give it a 60-40.
70-30.
60% good. Okay, yeah, that's what, 60% good?
No, 70% bad, but the 30% that's good
You
is...
asshole, I'm doing 60% good.
No, 70%
This is more of
bad.
us struggling with math right now.
I'm just letting you know that one Haku definitely still equals one Ming. Certainly.
I just want to let you know.
One Hollywood Blondes divided by...
700 Jay Cutler Miami Dolphins jerseys only equals $1. $1, not according to NFL Shop.
Jesus, fuck
yeah,
no, they don't.
Definitely. They don't have great deals, just like Home Depot does and all of your home improvement needs for the upcoming fall and winter season.
Did you snag us a promotional deal with them or something?
No, I'm just over here wearing all orange. You're like, no, that's ridiculous. I hate sellouts. Just like plastered everywhere. I've got a Home Depot coffee mug and pen.
Hey, listen, Dollar Shave Club or any of you people, we are sellouts. We are corporate fucking shills.
I will milk your product
Absolutely.
dry, like a character in Japanese hentai manga.
Yeah, no.
I will.
Hear this sound? That's me with your products, okay?
Oh,
Just
yeah.
send them here and we'll talk about it all.
I don't
we'll
care
spend
what
an
it
hour
is.
on it. Yeah, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah. You know, it's also great. The Taliban.
You know what's also great is wrapping up a podcast.
Yeah.
Thank you once again, everybody, for listening. I'm going to shut this down now. We're going to play ourselves out. Mr. Peace, everyone.
Thank you.
Mr. Mike Ogden. Mr. Everybody listening at home, thank you. And well, Mrs. probably not, but thank you all so very much
Women
for sticking
listen
out
to
with
this podcast.
But not married
My own
ones.
fiance doesn't listen to this fucking podcast. I'm like, I'm going to go podcast. She's like, yeah, that's nice.
Nobody cares. Anyway, all right. We love you. Thank you. Bye.